Members of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, led by the President of the Bishops' Conference, Archbishop of Owerri Archdiocese, Most Reverend Lucius Iwejuru Goji, arrived at the State House in Abuja to lend their voices to national issues.
The removal of fuel subsidy in particular has caused
Most Reverend Ugoji told President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the untold hardship Nigerians are facing, occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy, is becoming worrisome, and there is need for immediate action to change the narrative.
We acknowledge your efforts in building up our nation and recognize the significant challenges these endeavors have presented. The removal of fuel subsidy in particular has caused considerable hardship, a reality of which you are undoubtedly aware. We also take note of your initiative in the tax reforms, which in the long run, we hope, will generate more resources for advancing the common good. We earnestly pray that at both national and subnational levels, adequate checks and balances will be instituted to curtail waste and promote prudent stewardship of our nation's resources.
From insecurity to economic downturns, exponential rise in cost of living, and more, the Catholic bishops lament that Nigerians are daily faced with uncertainties in search of a lasting solution.
Sir, you are more aware than we are of the grave threat that insecurity poses to our nation. It has regrettably become a persistent scourge in our land. While we acknowledge the efforts of our security agencies, we cannot ignore the increasing resort to self-help measures by citizens who have seen their lives, property, and livelihoods devastated. Nigerians feel almost entirely helpless as a ragtag army of murderers continues to threaten the very fabric of their existence.
The bishops intimated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that his renewed hope agenda aligns with this year's theme of the Universal Church, the Jubilee Year of Hope, as declared by the Holy Father Pope Francis.
We earnestly seek your assurance to rekindle hope and inspire confidence in the hearts of our people. Your government's policy mantra is anchored on the principles of renewed hope. In this regard, we are pleased to inform you that the Holy Father, Pope Francis, has declared this year as the Year of Hope, the Jubilee Year of Hope, a theme we adopted for our conference. We came with the final fruits of our deliberations and we share them with you.
The bishops raised concerns on dwindling educational standards of the nation, the demand for return of the schools to the mission for positive impacts.
Poverty has no religious basis.
Responding to their demands, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu told the Catholic bishops that the first subsidy removal is a hard choice Nigerians must face just to save the nation and secure a better future.
Yes, the fuel subsidy was hard, tough for me, but it's a hard choice that Nigeria must face if we are not going to bankrupt our country, force disintegration and indebtedness, but the future of our children yet unborn. We were spending their investment. We are spending their rights. And poverty has no religious basis. It has no religious connotation, no identity. It affects all. And we must fight it together.
Nigeria, he says, is gradually making progress in repositioning the nation economically.
We have to be more dedicated as citizens. We have to invest in ourselves. I'm glad you mentioned the tax reform. That's part of the investment opportunity. Citizens must be able to build their nation. This insecurity, everyone is affected, Christian, Muslim alike. And I have no religious behind. But, I won't be a bigot. My wife is a pastor of Redeemed Christian Church, Faith. But we have to think of our country as if this country must develop, must go beyond myopic beliefs, must stand beyond religious bigotry.
On education, the president told the bishops that his administration is already implementing some measures to revamp the sector, issued for support towards consolidating on successes recorded so far.
We've established student loan fund to help the poor and ensure that our children are not left behind because of tuition fee and all of that. Thank you for what the degree of investment in education that you have been, Catholic faith has been making in education. And we credit that. And we will find a way. Although the student loan is not extended to private institutions, we'll find a way to see whichever way we can help your medical school. It's a great commitment to humanity.
It is the first time the bishops are visiting the state house since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.